Welcome to the Procurement Software Podcast, where we aim to educate and inspire you about how technology is changing and shaping our profession. The truth is, there's never been a more exciting time to be in procurement, but only if you're one of those organizations that's embracing the change and driving new developments. And this podcast is all about giving you the tools to help you get there. So buckle up and let's get right into this week's show. Yes, hello and a very warm welcome to another episode of the Procurement Software Podcast. And this week, we're going to be doing the second in a two-part mini-series looking at startups in the procurement tech space and featuring 25 of them. So 2 weeks ago, we did a similar episode focusing on US-based procurement tech startups. This week, we're going to be coming over to this side of the pond and looking at European startups. Why are we doing this? Well, as you know, we are the only podcast that focuses 100% on digital procurement as a topic. And one of the reasons why I originally founded Procurement Software.site as a business was because people just in the procurement space just don't have breadth of knowledge of the market, of who's out there and what all of these different procurement tech companies actually do. Got to be honest, some of their websites are pretty bad in terms of explaining in plain English what it is that they actually do. A lot of buzzwords, a lot of trying to gain Google with the keywords that they put on there. But getting copy in plain English of explaining exactly what it is that they do is sometimes, well, a bit of a challenge. So hopefully in today's episode, what I really want to do is to just give a very brief description of 25 different startups that are making waves in the European procurement tech scene. And if you want to learn more about them, you can go onto our website or maybe even arrange a demo with the service provider themselves. So we especially wanted to focus on some of the newer startups or some of the smaller startups here that don't have the biggest marketing budgets to go out and sponsor and have a presence at all of the different conferences that are out there on the circuit. So I hope that this episode is both intuitive and informative in equal measure. So without any further ado, let's get straight in there. Here are the 25 hottest European procurement startups to watch. In no particular order, starting off with number one, that is Apadua. And Gregory, who's one of the founders of Apadua, is a bit of a character and is a great guy. Met him a few times at conferences. Apadua is in the sourcing space. They're based in Cologne, Germany, founded in 2016. And Apadua's area of specialism is on the procurement of sourcing of professional services. So there are three modules that Apadua has: Apadua Explore, Apadua Source, and Apadua Monitor. And really, they are what they call themselves an AI-powered online directory of professional services firms, based on data from thousands of public and non-public sources. So if you're looking to source professional services, Apadua, especially if you're based in Europe, is the first port of call to be able to do that. Number two is SpendKey. SpendKey belongs in the data analytics primary category, and SpendKey is based in London, and they are a spend analytics platform built by an experienced team of sourcing professionals and consultants. So Alex Grundy, another one of the founders who I know pretty well, is an ex-consultant and set up the company really to scratch an itch that he hadn't really found with the technology companies that were out there when he was working as a consultant. So SpendKey's USP, if you will, is to be able to convert large amounts of information into profitable insights and turning messy data into highlighting tangible savings opportunities. And looking to do that to leverage AI and technology to be able to categorize the spend at what they say is 95% plus % levels of accuracy, but also to be able to do that at an affordable price point. So trying to meet in the middle. They also offer very transparent pricing on their website. So you can configure costs based on your spend and number of data points that you have to analyze. There are not many spend analytics tools that enable you to do that. Number 3 is WeProc. WeProc is a small French startup offering a software focusing on purchasing and spend management for SMEs. So it's really in the purchase pay space, focusing as a solution for smaller businesses. They say that their customer base ranges from health and education right the way through to manufacturing and construction. They have modules for product management, contract management, supplier management, budget management, accounting, and basic analytics, with a big focus on user experience first. Really trying to offer a clear, ergonomic, and efficient interface along with readily available support. So really trying to be a UX first platform for SMEs that want a simple but easy to use purchasing software. They've been around for about 5 years now. They were founded in 2019 and are based in France. Number 4 is Mithra AI. Mithra is also a spend analytics platform. Mithra are based in Amsterdam, and they are offering a cognitive spend intelligence solution that leverages AI, be able to learn your spend pattern and unique taxonomies that you may want to put together and keeping your spend classified. Mithra's target customer base is really the mid-market. They're pretty new, actually. They've only been going since 2021. I got to meet Mithra at DPW last year. A great founding team and looking to disrupt a little bit the spend analytics space for mid-market businesses, whereas spend analytics historically had kind of been focused on enterprise. Mithra's sweet spot is really trying to provide an affordable platform for mid-market businesses. Number 5 is SpareTech. SpareTech is a German application based in Stuttgart. This one really speaks to me, actually. They're focusing on providing a spare parts and MRO procurement management solution. For those of you who don't know, I worked in MRO procurement as a category manager in MRO for a number of years back in my corporate career. What SpareTech really offers is a global spare parts searching and matching solution with automatic bill of material checks against the BOM data coming from the OEMs themselves. So if you've got a lot of unstructured OEM spare parts spend and your master data is a bit of a mess, then I think SpareTech has a really great value proposition to be able to get you to drive value quickly and clean your spare parts data and really save a lot of money in terms of inventory, so working capital that you can free up, as well as being able to save on cost as well through having the right data at your fingertips to be able to, go to perhaps third-party distributors of these OEMs and to be able to benchmark their pricing and their offers against each other because you've got the data at your fingertips. Really great solution that I think is going to grow very, very quickly and is going to be really a game changer as time goes on, because that was a huge pain point that I found when I was an MRO category manager. Number 6 is Thinking Machine. They are a UK-based startup providing a machine learning-based automation solution for telecoms procurement, aiming at the enterprise space. So Thinking Machine really is looking at providing data transparency through a simple yet powerful dashboard, as well as being able to identify potential value leaks and real-time cost optimization insights for telecoms spend. So very niche, category specific. This focuses on the indirect space, obviously, with it being telecoms. Thinking Machine have been going since 2019, so still relatively young in the procurement tech world, but again, focusing on a real need in a growing niche category that is getting more and more complex as time goes on. Number 7 is True Ledger. True Ledger belongs to our contract management category. They're an early stage contract to invoice platform based in Switzerland. And their USP is that they focus on the real-time contract management for professional services spend. What do I mean by that? Well, When you're buying professional services, what often happens is that you only realize that you had an overspend or a budget overshoot when the invoice actually lands on accounts payable's desk. And they then send that to the budget holder to approve. And then the budget holder realizes, whoops, that's a lot more than I expected it to be. With TrueLedger, you can manage that in real time, regardless of what your cost structure is. So whether it's a cost ceiling or time and materials or a flat fee, TrueLedger enables you to manage that contract and focus on the work that needs to be done rather than spending unnecessary time on retroactive governance efforts for invoices that have already come in and the work's already been done. So it allows you essentially to automate your procure to pay and order to cash processes for professional services spend in real time. TrueLedger were founded in 2021 and are based in Zurich. Number 8 is Pivot or Pivot, because they're a French-based company. I guess that's pronounced Pivot. And Pivot, I'm going to call them Pivot because I'm a native English speaker and it's a bit awkward pronouncing it the French way. They're a spend management platform looking to do the complete end-to-end intake through to pay solution. So really an alternative to what the likes of Zip are doing, but Pivot is really focusing more on medium-sized businesses and growing technology companies as their customer base. They look to facilitate a simplified procurement intake management system and team collaboration app across an organization's complete purchasing activities. And while the platform is engineered to offer solutions to businesses of various sizes, it's really in the sweet space for growing technology companies and fast growth, high growth businesses that need to put procurement processes in place quickly and are approaching this perhaps from a completely greenfield space. They've only been going since 2023. So assuming that they get the funding rounds that they need to grow and scale, I think you're going to see a lot more of Pivot in the years to come. Then number 9, going north now to Stockholm, DigiProc is a Swedish startup looking at the automation of supplier negotiation. This is one that's really one of the sexy stuff, when we're talking about digitizing negotiations. So it enables automated negotiation of tactical and tail spend with the promise to deliver and realize significant value and savings from each negotiation. It first works by analyzing your spend data, and then it uses this data to make detailed suggestions that can support your negotiation process in these tactical and tail spend negotiations. The company's been going since 2017, but really started to grow and scale a couple of years ago. And I think, again, you'll be hearing much more about these guys too in the years to come. Number 10, Alpas AI. They're part of our sourcing category. So Alpas uses their global supplier database to allow you to quickly research suppliers, search for products, select product specifications that fulfill your purchase requisition for something that you need to buy. And then it goes through their supplier directory and enables you to request prices with the click of a button and really just handles the heavy lifting of the tendering process. Their sweet spot is really on spend related to industrial manufacturing businesses. And they've got some pretty heavy hitters from the German and Swiss industrial manufacturing scene on their existing customer list. So really, as a supplier discovery platform, they're focusing on, things like sourcing spare parts, electrical components, type of purchase parts that go into the production process of industrial manufacturing businesses. Really looking to create a more sustainable, transparent, and cost-effective sourcing environment to be able to get that decision faster in terms of who you need to buy something from, be able to help discover who's out. They've been going since 2020 and also offer a deeper analysis and due diligence of the sourcing process. So they're really trying to distance themselves a little bit from some of the more shallow supplier scouting tools and to do a real deeper due diligence on the supplier once they've come up with a bunch of potential vendors that could meet your needs for a specific product that you want to buy. Okay, then moving on, number 11 is Canopy. Canopy belongs to our supplier relationship management category, and they are a UK-based supplier relationship management and vendor data management solution. They're really a master data platform that aims to provide complete visibility of your supplier information all in one platform. And they achieve this by delivering a single source of truth for your supplier data and also enabling you to automate some business processes around that. With Canopy, you can pull all of your data about a supplier into a single vendor master record. And that includes anything from financial information, contract data, compliance, risk, and ESG assessments all in one platform. It enables you through this to be able to do proactive risk management and monitor critical supplier data and also provide alerts to any incidents or non-compliance activities. This is particularly relevant and Canopy's customer base has come from the facilities management and hospitality space. So if you think particularly areas where you need to get a lot of certification from suppliers, particularly maybe for contractors that are coming on site, this is where Canopy really comes into its own. They also have a light version of their tool as well, which is very affordable for even tiny procurement teams that only have one or two buyers as well. Canopy is based in London, and even though they were part of a company called OCG Software that's been going for a long time, Canopy was launched in 2021 as a spin-off company from that business. Number 12 is CarbMe. They are part of our ESG category, and they are a Berlin-based company that helps enterprise organizations to reduce their carbon footprint through analytics of their Scope 3 carbon emission. So CarbMe as a platform enables automatic recommendations to help you reduce your business's carbon emissions. They take your data sources, they integrate that in the CarbMe system, and then help you to reduce the amount of manual work that is necessary to be able to analyze and come up with areas that you can reduce your Scope 3 emissions throughout your supply chain. Reference customers for CarbMe are predominantly large German automotive and industrial manufacturing businesses. They've been going since 2021, and the founder of CarbMe, Christian Heinrich, was originally one of the founders of Scout B, who have now gone on to, I think it's Series D funding that they've got now, as they've grown and scaled since they were founded almost 10 years ago. So very experienced founder behind CarbMe. And I expect us to see much more of them in the future. Staying in the ESG space, number 13 is Dato. Dato is also based in Berlin, and they are a newcomer in the ESG tech space, aiming to help corporations efficiently comply with rapidly evolving ESG regulations in Europe through having an integrated software platform that allows companies to do that all in one space. So their sweet spot is really to help companies with complex supply chains and operations that are struggling perhaps with fragmented and disjointed ESG compliance processes. We mentioned earlier with CarbMe around carbon accounting. Other companies focus on doing supply chain audits and bringing sustainability reporting together. Really, Dato looks to consolidate all of this into one unified platform, specifically in the light of Germany's new LKSG law, which is a forerunner of what is probably going to be an EU-wide law at some point, which is around sustainability reporting standards. And I think Dato is all about bringing that together into one framework to be able to give you that data at your fingertip in one platform. They have been going since 2021 as well, and they got funding last year. I think it was they got $5 million of funding to be able to grow and scale that. So again, I expect them to grow and see more of them too in the near future. Number 14 is MySupply. MySupply belongs to the sourcing category. They are also a German company based in Hamburg. And I actually know the founder of MySupply, Andreas Timmermann, really well. And they've pivoted recently, and their focus now is on being a guided AI-driven sourcing tool that helps to offer guided sourcing and negotiation strategies for non-strategic one-time sourcing requirements. And their app is completely compatible with SAP Ariba. So you can either use that as a standalone system, or you can just use it as an extension that plugs in to SAP Ariba. So especially in Europe, with a lot of big enterprise companies having Ariba, MySupply, it aims to be an automated sourcing assistant and an add-on tool that can make Ariba sourcing events much more user-friendly and easy to get. So when offers are collected, MySupply leverages game theory through an automated negotiation bot, which can then fully automate the process to negotiate simple outcomes from simple non-strategic tail spend or non-complex quotations. MySupply have been going since 2020, and this is the latest iteration of their product. Be interesting to see how they take it from here. Number 15 is Lotse. Lotse is another German company, this time based in Berlin. Lotse belongs to our intake category, really around bringing the intake solution to where the user is really conducting their day-to-day business. So Lotse's USP is the extension that they've built. They have essentially an MS Teams chatbot, which is fully able to integrate into existing SAP Ariba installations. So Lotse's functionality really is around doing intake and running tactical and tail spend requirements within SAP Ariba or Microsoft Teams. Challenge often with getting anyone to adopt procurement tech is that if there's already an existing platform or system that people are used to using, what Lotse is trying to do is to meet the user there and to make their user experience and guide them through that in a much more intuitive way than the existing technology allows. They've been going since 2020, and they are based in Berlin. Number 16 is Vertis. Vertis is a UK-based, rapidly growing, but pretty young company, only been going since 2022. Vertis is a SaaS procurement platform, and they have 3 different use cases. They have a SaaS spend management module, allowing users to monitor and manage their entire SaaS stack. Then they have a SaaS contract negotiation module, which enables access to fair pricing when you're buying and renewing a SaaS product. And then finally, they have a SaaS purchasing module that helps you to streamline your purchasing and approvals process for different SaaS platforms. They have an extensive database as well of different SaaS tools. They've got actually over 16,000 SaaS tools in their database, and they also have negotiators that are experienced SaaS procurement people that can use the pricing insights from this database to help to negotiate on the user's behalf. They're based in London and have been growing very, very rapidly, considering they only started in 2022 and have already got well over 100 employees. Number 17 is EvoFlow. EvoFlow is another German-based startup that is providing intuitive AI-powered procurement tech for manufacturing businesses around data analytics. Their sweet spot is medium to large organizations in industrial manufacturing. They're particularly strong in automotive. Their founders actually are ex-automotive procurement guys. So it's a by procurement for procurement type of app that's been developed by founding team that have extensive procurement knowledge. And EvoFlow leverages the power of AI and smart algorithms to analyze your procurement data, identify new cost savings opportunities, and fully prepare you for any important supplier negotiations. So it really brings the analytics into one platform, identifies new opportunities, and then has a really nice looking individual dashboard setup that allows anyone in your team to be able to track KPIs and strategic initiatives in a really easy to use, user-friendly environment. EvoFlow has been going since 2020 and is based in Koblenz in Western Germany. Number 18 is Supplios. They are based in Copenhagen. They've been going for just over 3 years, and they are all about having a full stack supplier management system for direct spend and for industrial manufacturing businesses. So it's really a suite of collaboration tools in Supplios that offers modules for various different procurement needs, including a supplier portal for centralized communications, sourcing and procurement modules for managing RFPs and RFQs, but also a supplier quality module for handling things like 8D, PPAP, and APQP workflows. So if you have SQM as something that's really important for what you want to get from your procurement technology, then look no further. This could well be a really useful solution to know. Supplios really stands out with the seamless integration that it offers with other systems that need to plug into it. For example, your ERP, your QMS, quality management system, or your PLM, product lifecycle management systems. They are now operating all over Europe from their Copenhagen base. Number 19 is Control Plus S. They are in the ESG space, and they are another Berlin-based startup. Berlin's a bit of a hotspot for procurement tech startups, has to be said. They provide sustainable accounting solutions to help large corporations measure, analyze, and reduce their supply chain emissions. They have 2 products. They have Matter Plus S, which is a comprehensive emissions estimate tool for their full supply chain, which leverages customers' procurement records and spending, and then takes that data and puts together a calculation of what a company's emissions would or could or perhaps will be in the future. And then their other module is called Supplier Plus S, which surveys major suppliers to get accurate data for the top emission sources that they have. They're really trying to pull a database together of big suppliers that are out there and what their emissions footprint is to avoid you having to do that and survey and audit your suppliers. So really trying to bring data into one place to enable that, to be able to pull that rather than have to push and ask the suppliers to provide it. So used together, the 2 products that they have within their system equip sustainability teams with the comprehensive carbon footprint data that they need, whether it's supply chain mapping, carbon accounting, scenario modeling, risk analysis, target setting, or progress tracking. They're also a pretty new company, been going since 2022. Number 20 is Deployed. Deployed belongs in our sourcing category, but their functionality is actually quite unique. So they are a London-based startup that focuses on drafting statements of work for complex services. And for anyone that's tried to write a statement of work, even with ChatGPT now, it's not that easy. So Deployed aims to fix that problem and to enable you to write a statement of work within the platform and make it simple to define, track, and review that SOW. The Deployed Work Author is an easy-to-use SaaS platform giving you a simple way to justify scope and agree services via digital statements of work. Be interesting to see how this grows now with obviously generative AI being out there well, and how that can complement what a more generic ChatGPT-like LLM module can do. Deployed really takes this to a different level by focusing specifically on statements of work with the technology that's built into it. They've been around for 5 years now, and they're based in London. Number 21 is Flowlity. Flowlity belongs to our inventory and planning category. They're a growing French startup providing an operations planning and inventory management solution for global manufacturing companies, really allowing you to make orders with planning and tracking, both from a supplier and from a customer perspective. It handles GROs and automatic order verification, and its planning tools give you visualized consumption predictions, control over replenishment plans, and automatic alerts on overstocks and shortages. And their demand sensing algorithm provides powerful market predictions while its network optimizes the order process, which enables you to strengthen those supplier relationships through having those shared forecasts and have an easy way that you can accept purchase orders if you're perhaps a supplier and you want to do that on behalf of your customers. Flowlity is based in Paris and they've been going since 2019. And more of a supply chain inventory and planning type function, but especially on direct material, also relevant in the procurement space too. Number 22 is 4 Street. 4 Street is a growing London-based startup offering SaaS market intelligence and vendor discovery platform. So this is a little bit of a hybrid between a supplier discovery tool and a market intelligence platform that really uses AI to be able to augment and identify every company within any market broken down to product feature level. What they aim to do is be able to capture 3 to 5 times the solutions compared to traditional research tools. And they use machine learning to be able to map and categorize specific markets or specific sectors. I actually saw a demo of this where we took procurement technology as a use case. And it was pretty good in terms of what it pulled as procurement technology competitors in space. So interesting technology that's behind it. They've been going for a while, actually, since 2017, but their product, it has only been live for a couple of years. Amazing amount of tech that goes into building something like that. So no wonder that it took a few years to get their products out there on the market. And then getting towards the end of these now, number 23 is Procurement Flow. Procurement Flow is a small Estonian procurement tech startup using simple no-code software that aims to connect stakeholders and expedite the buying process. It's really a collaboration platform. If you've ever used something like Trello for project management or any type of Kanban type software tool, that's really how their interface is set up. So you can drag different items from not started through the different workflows to be able to create a visual dashboard of where all of your different projects or tasks are within a specific procurement project or within a particular savings activity. They've got a few different modules and they cover the entire source to pay process within what they can do. They have an SRM module for easy communication with both potential and existing suppliers. They have a simple automated RFP, RFI, RFQ module. And they also have a supplier portal allowing for communication with potential and existing suppliers that takes that communication out of email and brings it into the Procurement Flow platform. Procurement Flow really is aimed at small to medium-sized businesses with relatively small procurement teams. And they have a pricing structure that enables you to take advantage of it, even if you're a lone wolf procurement practitioner that just wants to get everything out of your email inbox and into one easy to monitor platform. They've been going since 2018. Tarmo, their CEO, I know very well, met him on numerous occasions, great guy. And especially if you're a small procurement team, I could see how this could bring a lot of clarity and single source of truth into one application. Number 24, penultimate one in this episode is Akiro Labs. Akiro Labs is a category strategy tool, which is an ambitious new AI-enabled enterprise-wide collaboration platform. Akiro Labs is based in Berlin, Germany, and their founding team have got lots of industry experience coming from former CPO of Vodafone, as well as former principal consultant for a major consulting firm in Europe. They take their industry-proven 20-plus point strategic procurement framework to consider all factors that are impacting your procurement object, as they call it. Their priority is on future-proofing and adapting to the coming changes of how procurement will be managed. And what they're trying to get across is that even though their focus is on category strategy formulation, they're trying to take it beyond just category management and ensure that category strategies are stored and accessible in a cloud platform that plugs into other parts of the business and makes category strategies more relevant than just being, as lots of us have experienced in the past, not just a box ticking exercise. Akiro was founded in 2021. So again, still relatively young. And then last but not least, the final procurement tech startup out of Europe that we're featuring on today's episode is number 25, Contingent. Contingent is a London-based enterprise supplier risk assessment platform, which provides tools and services that help procurement, compliance, and operations leaders build resilience across their supply chains. The Contingent platform helps you to detect, map, and monitor risk, and they offer solutions for supplier due diligence, ongoing monitoring of risk, supply chain mapping, as well as being able to look at operational resilience. The platform keeps external data from all of your suppliers in one single source of truth and has thousands of data points and sources across multiple insight domains, all delivered into one platform, making it easier to assess both new and existing suppliers, as well as providing real-time updates to monitor your supply base live across your whole complete supply chain. Contingent was founded in 2019 and is based in London. And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds up. I need to go out and have a glass of water now after that. That rounds up our European procurement startups, our top 25 of the hottest procurement startups in Europe. All of these startups are listed on app.procurementsoftware.site, which is our directory database containing over 440 procurement technology solutions. You can search and filter those completely free of charge on the front end of our website. Or if you're maybe a consultant or a center of excellence leader, or indeed a new startup that wants to do some competitor analysis, you can purchase access to our back-end database that enables you to do all of the filters and search features that myself and my team can do when we're doing due diligence or doing an RFI as a service on behalf of the client. So if you want to take an annual subscription to that, or a 3-month subscription, maybe if you're a practitioner that just has a one-time use to go and do due diligence on who's out there in the marketplace that could be a potential good solution for your specific needs, then go to store.procurementsoftware.site where you can purchase access to our database. If you'd like to have a quick demo, just reach out to me. Be more than happy to show you what it can do. We're really proud of what we've built, and I think that there is no better tool at that price point out there on the market to enable you to get your answer way, way faster than using Google and just trying to fumble your way through. That's all from this week. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back again same time next week. Until then, take care wherever you are in the world, and bye for now.